Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Philadelphia as the 76ers go up against the Atlanta Hawks. Looking at the Hawks, they're a team that no one wants to face right now. With just one loss in the last 10 games, they'll be tough to beat. And as we reach the midway point, Kenny, still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear their bodies go through?
Well, a lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you know, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay things here on the analyst desk. On the basketball court, that's turnovers, that's missing assignments, missing rebounds. Same thing. Like, I know this is our, 82nd game this year. You're starting to feel it a little bit. That's how those guys feel.
I didn't know the midpoint was the 82nd game. But anyway, injuries start to take a toll.
No, but we've done 82 games. Doesn't mean the team.
We've done a lot of games in our role here in the
right.
I
We
misunderstood
get 2 games a night, remember?
on the set.
Yeah, anyway, I was saying the injuries, they start to take a toll. Not just the big ones, the little ones. Type of injuries I hate are the freak injuries. One time, Ernie, I was walking with my shoes off, stubbed my toe.
That's called barefoot.
That's a freak injury. Stubbed my toe, was out for 6 weeks. So you got to get rest, eat well.
Well, if you kick a
ice
brick
those
wall,
knees,
that's not a...
and man up.
Yeah, maybe you should. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Everyone is in their seats here at the Wells Fargo Center as the 76ers look to grab a win here in Philadelphia. The Hawks here looking to pick up one on the road before returning to Atlanta. And, of course, Jason Thompson getting settled in, really clicking.
You know, I'm really excited about seeing how this team is going to evolve since the trade. I mean, he's the guy that can end up being a key player for him down the stretch.
No doubt about it. I mean, there are some guys you win with and some guys you win because of. And when you look at him, though not a superstar, he's the type of player that they've been missing and can really, I think, help this team come together.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the court for Atlanta, Teague out there with Hardaway. Then it's Damari Carroll. Then there's Horford. And it's Scott in at the 4 slot. And that one misses.
And guys, Brandon Jennings last season looked like he was finally becoming more efficient. He shot at the upper range of his career field goal percentage from 3 and the free throw line. And then suddenly the Achilles ended his season at 41 games played. Really unfortunate.
Good on the second free throw. Getting back to Jennings last season really did start out as one of his best, not just through improvement, Clark, and accuracy. His turnovers per game were at a career low.
Yeah, that's what we have to watch out for with Jennings. I mean, he's still only 26 years old, Kevin. Now, plenty of time to continue to refine and hone his game. I think his best basketball is in front of him.
Philadelphia with the ball. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not, and that is why they just could not pick up.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
And here's Carroll following Brandon Jennings' 3. They set the pick. Hardaway against Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. Right side Hardaway. And it's off the back rim. No good.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Outside Jennings. The dish to Thompson. From downtown, another three for Philadelphia. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Teague kicks to Carroll. Back to Teague. Picked by Horford. The kick out to Scott. Jacks up a three. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
And it's Okafor missing.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go around.
Carroll kicks to Scott. Dishes to Carroll. No good from outside. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Millsap a screen. Okafor with a screen on Teague. Ejected by Teague. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And fouled hard that time. Won't get to the line and shoot two. Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
Free throw good, Teague.
And Teague's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender. And I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
And he can't hit the second.
And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
He feeds it to Horford. Carroll kicks to Scott. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Scott's got his second bucket tonight. 76ers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Okafor with the screen on Teague. A drive by Thompson. Here's Okafor. Over Hardaway. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got in good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Philadelphia shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
That's off as well, so he misses both.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Sampson shot, good. Sampson's got his first points of the night.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Outside Teague, picked by Horford. Scott with a screen on Jennings. Horford, that's good, and so Teague with the assist.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Hardaway with him. Picked up by Thompson. Teague against Jennings. A baseline J. Thompson with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 3. On the wing, Thompson. He dishes it to Millsap. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. The Hawks have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Thompson against Hardaway. Shoots from 14, and Okafor with the block. And he recovers it. Great open look there.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Here's Sampson, who's averaging around 5.5 points a game. The game now all-time. That's 7 points for Brandon Jennings.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Kicks it to Carroll. To the right side. Hardaway against Thompson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. It goes on Brandon Jennings. And Mike Scott, a former second-round draft pick who has carved out a role here in the NBA the last 2 seasons. Clark, he was a major contributor off the bench.
Yeah, he's a bit of a tweener, you know, not big enough to maintain position down low on a consistent basis and not quick enough to really be a 3-man or small forward, but what he can do is get to the basket, rebound okay, and knock down the deep shot.
And he makes the first, but misses the second.
And getting back to Mike Scott, his three-point percentage and attempts have increased each year he's been in the league. With a high, quick release, he's capable of making tough shots with a hand in his face in a way other players simply can't.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. The shot's good on the assist by Jennings. Some of these distributors have been very hot from beyond the arc this season. The best three-point shooting point guards in the league. 5th best, Brandon Jennings.
You know, if there are no other options available, any of these guys can just step back and knock down a triple. Great backup plan for any point guard to have.
Well, forget about using it as a backup plan. With the numbers this group puts up from deep, I think it should be plan A to have them stroking it from 3.
Now here's Teague. Playing Dallas, he was nearly unstoppable. Shoots from the elbow. The shot misses. Excellent D there from Okafor. Jennings with the ball. Feeds it to Okafor, and it's blocked.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Teague with the ball, and Jennings picks him up defensively. Horford with a screen on Jennings. Teague kicks to Horford. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
And it's sent back by Horford. And that's on bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Nerlens Noel checks in for Paul Millsap. And then for Atlanta, Cephalosha comes in for Damari Carroll, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Outside Jennings. He feeds it to Noel. Nice D from Scott. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Horford with the screen on Thompson. Pass to Scott. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Here's a screen by Noel. The feed to Okafor. Over Horford. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Well, it's hard to believe that we're at this point in the game. He still hasn't registered a single point.
Last season we saw Al Horford rounding back into form. Good to see that after what had been his second season-ending pectoral muscle tear back in late 2013.
Exactly. I mean, the Hawks just had to bide their time while their best player was out. You saw once he returned, though, he makes a big difference for them.
And the first one at the line is good.
And for me, Horford, one of the most unappreciated stars in the league. When he's healthy, he's every bit the franchise player because he really has no weakness. He does pretty much everything well on the floor.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Embiid, he's checked in for Okafor. Marshall comes in for Hollis Thompson. And it's Isaiah Canaan in for Brandon Jennings. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And Horford, I mean, this guy does it all on the floor. But for me, his leadership, that's one of those real intangibles. And he's unselfish, all about his teammates and completely focused on winning. So when your best player has that commitment, it has to rub off on the other players.
Now here's Schroeder. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Cannon, the pass to Embiid. Sampson dishes to Marshall. Shot clock at 6. From the line. And that one's good. Marshall's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Covington in the corner. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
And here is Marshall, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. There's a screen by Noel. And off the prime, and in it goes. Noel's got his first points of the game.
I like the way they're working the ball inside because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots, and typically good things happen.
Now here's Schroeder. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. To the middle, and the call will go against Kendall Marshall. Kicks to Horford. Second chance shot.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I was able to catch up with the head coach for Philadelphia. The season series is tied up going into tonight's game, and he said the thing that makes this such a compelling matchup for the fans is the strategic elements as well as the big plays. He told me, we're facing a team that really knows how to play. They execute their offense. There's not a whole lot of sloppiness. It's just a suspenseful, back-and-forth battle. Kevin, it should be fun.
All right, Doris, thanks. So, guys, it really makes sense to have their defense poised to deal with the great shooters on the floor tonight.
It really does. If they can't keep the damage done by those guys to a minimum, then it's going to be a long night.
No secret about that. I mean, when they're able to get into a rhythm shooting the ball, they can put a lot of points on the board in a hurry.
And the Hawks making a change here. Holiday's checked in. The 76ers trail by 4.
his last 10 games have gone, averaging about 7 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, his skill set is solid. He's a good ball handler. He makes good decisions in playmaking. He's really the ideal backup.
Hawks on D. They lead by 4. Here's Marshall. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Marshall's got his second basket of the night.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Sefolosha kicks to Covington. The pass to Schroeder. Picked by Horford. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from 14. And he's able to get it back. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter. Doing well from long range. Cannon from long range. Rebound Atlanta. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when the team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Now here is Sefolosha looking for his first basket still in this one. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
Well, the 76ers do go at the basket without hesitation. They're fearless, Clark, going inside. Led the NBA last season on points off drive.
Well, you know, I like to say you've got to use what you have. They didn't have many shooters, so that means head down, get to the rim.
That one drops. He ties it up. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first. Her kicks to Horford. Here's Covington. He had a big outing in that Mavericks game as well. Horford in the post. Embiid's there. Clock at 4. Shot to end this cold run. And he overshot that one, missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the Heat.
It's all tied in Philadelphia. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And guys, what's your take on the 76ers so far?
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Hey, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and they have not let up from beyond the arc.
Here's Schroeder. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. They've got Cephalosha. He's out there. It's Amari Carroll. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Horford. And it's Holiday in at the 2 spot. Jennings with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Jacks up a 3. The offensive rebound. Hawks shooting 39% from the floor. At their best. Now Schroeder. Pass to Carroll. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And that one's good. 8 points for Horford.
There's not much to say about Horford when he hits a shot like that.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Pick by Okafor. No one near Jennings as he lets it fly. Thompson misses.
And Thabo Cephalosha, one of those 3-and-D guys in Oklahoma City. But his three-point shot falling off a little bit here the last few seasons. He can still make an impact, though, as a long, lanky defensive specialist.
76ers trailing. Millsap kicks to Thompson. 3-pointer. Again, the miss by Thompson.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Here's Schroeder. Carried from 15 feet out. Schroeder's got his first basket of the night.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Now here's Jennings. He has 7, and here's the fast break. Carroll leading the way. Holiday the pass to Schroeder, and it's Noel with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 4. Outside Jennings to the inside, and that one's good. Noel's got his second bucket of the night.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
A lot of Susan for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
And he knocks down the first one.
Horford was really a cog in all aspects of the Hawks last season. I mean, a major cog. Just a consistent presence inside with his 15 points and 7 boards a game.
Thompson, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And then for Atlanta, Mike Scott's checked in for Cephalosha. Hardaway comes in for Justin Holiday, and it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. And Al Horford drops them both.
And for Horford last year, the numbers were down a bit, but that wasn't due to his play. I think the Hawks were just a more balanced team, and he could obviously put up bigger numbers if he wanted to, but by playing within the system, I think it allowed Atlanta to reach his true potential over the course of the regular season. They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
A nice shot by Teague. The 76ers trail by 4. The drive by Thompson. The screen from Thompson. There's Jennings with the 3. Shot is no good. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Outside Teague. Scott with the screen on Jennings. Just 5 to shoot. Not loose. Okafor with the steal. And here we go. Jennings with nobody down. That one's in there. The Hawks leaders get down now to just 2 points with that basket from Thompson.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Carroll, no one around him. A 3-pointer off the mark. 76ers have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Thompson, a screen on Carroll. Jennings kicks to Thompson. Millsap has the open look. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Millsap's got the game tied up here for the 76ers. Horford with the screen on Jennings. Teague dishes to Horford. The kick out to Teague. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Hardaway, that's a two-pointer. And that one comes up a bit short. Philadelphia's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Millsap. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Jeff Teague. The 76ers have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line.
Paul Millsap at the line for 2.
And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. Sheldon Max checked in for Al Horford. The free throw is good for Millsap. Atlanta's shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Outside Teague. Scott with a screen on Jennings. He used that pick to perfection. 8 points for Teague. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
You know what? Can you believe there have been 7 lead changes already?
Wow. And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Now here's Hardaway. 17 points for him last game against Dallas. And Teague has it in the corner. 6 to shoot. Offensive rebound. 76ers have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Millsap passes to Jennings. Jennings with another miss.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Pass to Hardaway. Uses the glass to finish the lane. And the Hawks lead by 1.
Kevin, let's look at where the Hawks stand in the NBA rankings right now. 2nd in free throw percentage. 2nd in fewest turnovers per game. And they are in the top 10 in team points per game.
And you mentioned their free throw shooting. Not a team you can get careless with defensively. They make you pay. Sealing games at the line.
Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Philadelphia. Isaiah Cannon comes in for Brandon Jennings. Here's Cannon. 11-point game his last outing. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Like you talked about a back-and-forth game, this is the definition of
Yeah,
that.
no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
So it's Atlanta now, after the Sixers pick up 2. Scott with the screen on Embiid. Here's Mack. The shot is off. Now the 76ers take it the other way. They've got the Wizards ahead of them for the next game. It's in Washington. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Here's Embiid. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. And it's a 3-point 76ers lead.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on the clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Now here is Hardaway. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Fires from the wing. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Millsap. He kicks it to Cannon. Back to Millsap. The three. Rebound Atlanta. Last year a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician. So good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
Here's Cannon following the bucket by the Hawks. Shot off the screen, and the 76ers tack on two more.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that. He's forcing shots offensively, hurting his team in the process. He needs to trust his teammates more.
The 2K leaderboard showing us the best passing teams in the NBA over the course of the last month. Fourth, the 76ers.
And what stands out during this recent stretch is just how well they passed the basketball. I mean, this is a club that has become really unselfish.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Jakar Sampson's checked in for Thompson. And Kendall Marshall subbed in for Hollis Thompson. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Covington's checked in. Here's Carroll. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Teague kicks to Carroll. Back to Teague. The dish to Scott. And Embiid with the block. Teague can't hit. The 76ers leading by 3. Here's Marshall. Again, Philadelphia. Atlanta's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin. What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
And Embiid gets it to go.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Teague kicks to Covington. Teague drives in, dishes it to Scott. Hope they get it there. Here's Cannon. He's got 6. He feeds it to Marshall. Outside Millsap. Passes it to Sampson. Lock at 6. Here's Marshall. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. The Hawks trail by 5. Teague drives in. And Embiid with the block. And that one goes out of bounds. That's touched by Teague.
And a quick review looking at some numbers here for Teague. He's putting up 13 points a game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
Defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed. That's why he's the team's leading scorer.
Millsap a screen. Here's Marshall. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Marshall's got 8.
Right now, they've got that field goal percentage up in the low 50s.
Putting it together offensively, looking to build some more momentum.
To the right wing. For 3, Covington. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Cannon from long range. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Wasted no time on that one. 7 points in the game.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Here's Cannon. 9 points in the game so far. Jumper off the screen, but he recovers it. Second shot opportunity. It's stolen by Teague. Covington in the corner. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got 5 assists in the game. The 76ers leading by 5. Cannon dishes to Embiid. Embiid the screen. And Marshall gets to Embiid. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Embiid's got 6 here in this quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds for the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
And the 76ers making a change here. Noel's checked in, and Atlanta will go for a different look here. Al Horford's checked in for Scott. Cephalosha comes in for DeMar Carroll. Justin Holiday's checked in for Matt. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. Here's Sampson. He dishes it to Cannon. There's a screen by Noel. Pulls up on the elbow. Connects in the foul line jumper. And now a 9-point Philadelphia lead.
Not sure how he gets that pass off. I thought for sure he was going to pull the trigger. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Hawks have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And Al Horford drops them both. That'll do it for the first half. 76ers lead by 7. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. In the second quarter, we began to see what they're capable of when everything starts clicking as they pulled out to a 7-point lead by the end of the half. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
The job that guys have done in the post have been terrific. If they get more of that production in the paint next half, they'll be very tough to beat. They're taking advantage of the late rotations, and they're going right inside and straight to the rim.
Talk to me, Kenny. How did you think Atlanta played?
Well, they're losing the battle on the board. And when you're struggling to stay in the game, a few extra rebounds either way can make the difference. Because rebounds equal possessions, and possessions can equal extra points. They need to come out in the second half with the mindset that every rebound is theirs.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
The second second half beginning in just a moment. Al Horford.
I know we've said this many times before, but first half, just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Paul Millsap out there with Okafor. Then there's Jennings. Then it's Thompson. And it's Sampson in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Here's T following the basket by Brandon Jennings. Picked by Horford. Jennings against T. And he uses the glass on the layup. Teague's got 12 points in the game.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there. And a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Hardaway passes to Teague. Outside Carroll. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 6 assists in the game.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMarre Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. But I think he's found a home now.
The Hawks trail by 6. Outside Hardaway. Picked by Horford. Hardaway kicks to Carroll. And again, it's Atlanta.
And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable three-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition. He's got terrific size and athleticism, and he also really knows how to play without the basketball.
He had a nice open look right there. Thompson's got 10 points.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Outside Teague. Left side Scott. There's the 3. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And Carroll, by advanced stats, one of the most productive small forwards in our league. I mean, one thing I like, even as he's developed into a three-point threat, he still has an instinct for cutting to the rim off the ball when his defender turns his head. I mean, one of the things I think that allows his team to be so good is his understanding of how to play the game.
Now, here's Teague following the miss by Jennings. Here's the floater. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Jeff Teague.
Wow, you don't see him make plays like that very often. That's a nice move there for the basket.
Now here's Jennings. 13 points in the game. Picked by Okafor. The open shot. Millsap. Carroll with the rebound.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall. Crisp pass into the paint.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Millsap a screen on Teague. Kicks to Okafor. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 5 assists tonight. The Hawks trail by 5. And Teague, here we go. Scott dishes to Teague. Back to Scott. Millsap with the steal. Jennings with the ball. Now the pass to Sampson. Millsap a screen. Sampson kicks to Millsap. 14 feet away. Another miss by Millsap. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Teague with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Fires from 14. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim. 16 points for Teague. Philadelphia leading by 3. Outside Jennings. Feeds to Millsap. That one goes. Comes. Millsap's got 8. The Hawks have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip.
Some numbers for Thompson. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 11 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, and I like what I'm seeing right now.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Thompson's checked in, and a change for the Hawks. Max checked in for DeMarre Carroll. Here's Matt. Outside Teague. And there's the feed to Horford. Goes up with a stripe. The Hawks again can't hit.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
And Thompson kicks to Thompson. Unloads from 9. Again, Philadelphia. The Hawks trail by 7. T kicks to Horford. Pass to Hardaway. That's the 3-5. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Okafor number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Pass to Jennings. This one for 3. The shot is off. So Atlanta will take it the other way. And here is Teague. 16 points for him. Hardaway passes to Horford, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. 14 points for Horford.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Okafor sets the pick for Jennings. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the layup's good off the glass. Jennings has got 6 points in the quarter.
It's really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now, here's Teague, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Good on the shot.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here is Hardaway. Inside, it's tipped. Stolen by Thompson. Millsap kicks to Thompson. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
A lot of action in this one for Thompson. 10 points, and he's knocked down a pair of 3-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Thompson. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for Okafor. Noel comes in for Jason Thompson. Marshall, he's checked in for Paul Millsap. And it's Isaiah Cannon in for Brandon Jennings. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Robert Covington's checked in for Mike Scott. Cephalosha comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Justin Holiday's checked in for Mack. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. Schroeder kicks to Covington. Horford with the screen on Noel. Here's Covington. He's covered by Noel. Here's Horford. Again, the Hawks score. Here's Cannon. He's got 9. He kicks it to Marshall. Noel, a screen on Howard. Marshall dishes to Noel. Here's Embiid. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Embiid's got 8 points. Now here's Schroeder, picked by Horford. Schroeder with the ball. Now defended by Embiid. Cephalosha misses. And last year, quite a rookie campaign for Nerlens Noel. He had the ACL injury he sustained in college. Missed his first full season with the Sixers. And like you've talked about, you know, he came back and really, with a flourish, made a mark his first year in the league.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of people wondered, how would he bounce back from that knee? And I'd have to say it was pretty good. I mean, finished 3rd in the voting for Rookie of the Year.
Now here's Schroeder, Covington. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. 7 points in the game.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Here's Cannon. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pulls up on the wing. Here's Embiid. No good. Holiday with the defensive effort. The Hawks trail by 7. Fires from the corner. And again, it's Atlanta.
And, you know, getting back to Nerlens Noel, if it weren't for the ACL tear, he may have been the first player drafted in 2K13. His 8 rebounds and nearly 2 blocks a game as a rookie show he has the talent.
Another miss by Philadelphia. Atlanta's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the 3rd. Her passes to Cephalosha. At the top of the key, Horford. Here's Schroeder. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Here's Cannon. He's guarded by Schroeder. And it's sent back by Horford. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Noel's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And one thing to note about Nerlens Noel, last season, he was a thief. He averaged almost 2 steals a game as a rookie center. That tells me he has more than just quickness and length, guys. He has great anticipation and still one of the best motors I have ever seen.
Here's Cephalosha after the made shot from Joel Embiid. To the paint, here's Horford. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Al Horford playing very well. He has 9 rebounds and 3 denials. He's been an intimidator down low. Even if a shot gets over him, he's pulling down the ball.
And Clark, he's just in a total zone right now. We talk about zones for shooting. This guy is in a zone in terms of controlling the paint.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. Jakar Sampson's checked in for the 76ers. And the second free throw, good. The 76ers leading by 6. And Marshall kicks to Cannon. There's a screen by Noel. Cannon dishes to Noel. A solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Noel's got 8.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Passes it to Horford. There's a good screen. Sefolosha kicks to Holiday. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Trying to make it a 3-point play. And that sends Nerlens Noel to the free throw line. That one on Horford. Last season, the first season of action for Nerlens Noel, officially a rookie after sitting out the 2014 season. He looked good, and he got better as the season was going on.
A great point. I think that year off really helped him grow as a player. Coming into the draft when he came out, he was a guy who I thought had one of the most unbelievable motors I had ever seen. And you know what? Everything he was hyped up to be, he lived up to on the defensive end.
Now, here's Schroeder. Covington's shot is off.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Marshall passes to Embiid. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top. Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Philadelphia ahead. They're up by 11. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Now Jennings on the court for Atlanta. Damari Carroll is out there with Scott. Then there's Horford. Then there's Teague. And it's Hardaway in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Noel. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Philadelphia, Nerlens Noel. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
He doesn't get the second one. The Hawks trail by 12. Teague with the ball. Now Okafor defending. Teague against Jennings. Teague dishes to Horford. And it's good. Horford's got 9 points here in the second half.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Jennings gets to Okafor. It's back to Jennings. Picked by Okafor. Down low, off the pick. The shot's good on the assist by Jennings. Jennings has got his 7th assist here tonight.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Teague. Scott with a screen on Okafor. Horford kicks to Scott. 4 on the shot clock. And that one comes up a bit short. Philadelphia leading by 12. Okafor sets the pick for Jennings. Okafor gets the bucket. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 10 rebounds. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Right side Hardaway. The dish to Carroll. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Picked by Horford. A step back shot here. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Hardaway.
You know, a good job by the defender not getting fooled by the step back, but he's still got the shot to fall.
Here's Millsap, and he gets it to go.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
Thompson, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. And Al Horford drops them both. The 76ers leading by 12. Outside Jennings. Dishes to Okafor. Right block shot. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
It's been a good night for Okafor. He's got 10 rebounds, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
And they've been important to the team. Even if it's only a couple, it's helped them establish a defensive presence inside.
2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And he sinks the second. The Hawks trail by 13. Go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to rebounds, to every loose ball. We got to wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
Now, here's Horford. He feeds it to Carroll. Plays it up and banks it in.
Good look. He'll make that one most of the time.
Outside Jennings. Millsap sets the pick for Jennings. Thompson in the corner. Here's Okafor. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's 13 points for Jahlil Okafor.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Now here's Carroll. Defense is right there. Right side Scott, just 5 on the clock. Hits the three-point pass.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No telling how much larger the lead would be if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, come on, this guy's kept him in.
Jennings can't get it to go.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And here are the 76ers now. After the basket by Atlanta. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor. The Hawks trail by 10. Carroll with it. Picked by Horford. Carroll kicks to Scott. Offensive rebound.
Checking out the game Mike Scott is having. He has 15 points. He's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
At the line, 76ers, Mike Scott.
That's good from Scott. Scott hits them both. The 76ers leading by 8. Jennings kicks to Millsap. Baseline J on the way. No good. Nice D from Scott. Hawks have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Scott with the screen on Thompson. Picked by Horford. Teague with a clean look. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. Hardaway has got 4 assists in the game. Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of the great Tim Hardaway Sr., had a very good rookie season. However, last season, Clark got the improvement that some were hoping to see on him.
Kevin, you knew the expectations were going to be high going forward, very high. But sometimes you step back before you move forward. He only shot 39% last season, very low for a guy of his caliber.
And here's Thompson.
And we were talking about Hardaway Jr., and he had a very good shot coming out of college. Does a good job of freeing himself off screens, plays with good energy and intensity. For this young man, I believe the sky is the limit.
Clock at 4. Hardaway with the steal. And here we go. The finish.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Outside T, picked by Horford. T kicks to Horford. And that one hits back iron. Philadelphia leading by 4. Jennings passes to Okafor. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Back to Thompson. Launches a 3. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. The Hawks have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the 4th quarter. Teague dishes to Hardaway. Scott with a screen on Thompson. Hardaway kicks to Horford. Goes up again. Can't hit. Excellent D there from Okafor. The 76ers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the 4th so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Okafor with a screen on Hardaway. Thompson in the corner. All alone. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got his 9th assist in the game now. T kicks to Hardaway. And there's the pass to T. He's looking for Horford and finds him. And it's good. Horford's got 6 points in the quarter.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Teague against Jennings. To the middle. And it's Okafor missing.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
A clear look for Hardaway. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
He's got the touch they needed here as this one goes down to the wire.
Yeah, 4 of 4 this quarter, making buckets under duress.
Now here's Jennings, picked by Okafor on the wing. Thompson. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
Rejected by Millsap. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap. Horford against Okafor.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Here is Jennings. Okafor with the screen on Hardaway. The drive by Jennings. That shot wide open. Thompson's got 7 points for the quarter.
That's 3 of 4 from the field for him now, guys, and he's really been a big part of the scoring here in the 4th.
Here's Scott. That's good, and so Teague with the assists.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
Now here's Jennings. Over to the wing. Pulls up on the elbow. Millsap misses. The Hawks trail by 5. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Here's Carroll. Millsap with the steal. Now here's Jennings. Here's Sampson. Right through the knee for the layup. Here's Hardaway. He dishes it to T. And good. Got the Ingles that time as it falls. Teague's got 20 points.
My goodness, since when does he score off the crossover? Now I've truly seen it all.
Hardaway against Thompson. To the inside. And that one's good. Millsap. Millsap's got 4 points now in the quarter. Teague, the pass to Scott. Outside Teague, kicks it to Hardaway. A 3-ball. No good. And Philadelphia the other way. Feeds it to Jennings. Millsap sets the pick for Jennings. That is good. And it's a 9-point 76ers lead.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low. And you can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Teague dishes to Hardaway. The feed now to Horford. Hawks passing it around. There's the pick. Shot clock at 6. Atlanta again missing. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, I agree. Got to use some clock here.
Down low. Johnson shot good.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the 76ers.
You know, Clark, when you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Well, you said it all there, Kevin. They were lethal from behind the arc.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And you can tell they were ready for this one today, guys. There was something extra on the line, and they wanted it.
Greg, I know exactly what you're referring to. I mean, with this victory, they'll get the edge in the season series by taking 2 of their 3 meetings.
And so many key players that you could point to tonight, but in particular, a great game for Jennings. Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
And so the 76ers can now just hold on to the ball. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubt that they'd come out on top.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Brandon Jennings. And in what seems like the same old for him, he scored yet another double-double. Talk about Mr. Dependable. This guy had it going.
Things haven't been pretty for them lately, but his performance in this win is definitely a step in the right direction. He wanted this one badly. You could tell that right off the bat. He put his game into another gear and was playing angry tonight, fellas.
He shot over 50% from the field in the game, a testament to how hard he worked to always find the best look possible. He was in constant motion. He found those gaps in the D and made the most of his open looks.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.